Alright, so this project is really testing my patience. There's a lot of stuff going on here, and Jesus, I'm never gonna get it done. So now what I want to do is figure out where my feet are gonna go. I don't just want them hanging down, then my legs will go numb, and obviously I need gas pedals and brake pedals and stuff. And if I put them there, then it'll be low clearance and it won't be so comfortable. If I put them too high or backward, it won't be so comfortable. You know, that won't be so comfy, especially pushing the gas pedal and stuff. So I'm gonna try and put them up here, just forward of the gas pedal. So let's get a Sharpie and let's figure that out. So I want it to be there to approximately somewhere in here, be the front of it. So from the bottom to the top, boom, boom, somewhere like that. All right. So it'll need a little bit of trimming, but other than that, how's that? Yes, that ought to do. So I'm gonna do that a couple more times, all right? All right, so I made 2 sets of these parts, almost used a whole 8-foot stick. You wouldn't think, but I guess, yeah, math. Should have done it. All right, now the next thing I want to do is start welding these. This has obviously crap all over it, so I want to get a nice little clean edge to weld on. All right, so I'm going to tack this one in here, and I'm going to tack it over here, and then I'm going to tack this into place, and then I'll start welding up the whole thing. So I'm sure you don't want to see that, so I'll resume when I'm done with this one. All right, well, I just got the second one welded up. So like I said, next thing I want to do is get these fish mouths fitting, made it up real nice. So I want the top centered right there on the top. So now I can rotate those to where those are the points. Perfect. And by perfect, I mean close enough. All right, so here we're gonna do the same thing. Mark the top. Mark the top. There we go. All right, today I want to make my clutch pedal. So this will go something like this. I have my old existing brake pedal that I'm going to try to adapt to it, but that'll probably wait until I install this, because that's going to probably mount the backside to the frame, because it's going to have a lot of leverage, so I want it to be strong. So I'll probably put it back here and stuff. And now this is just 1/4 inch mild steel. Oh, so it's nothing too crazy. We'll put a nice little 90-degree bend in it, and that's exactly 90 degrees. So that's good. So now let's do some lopping. Lippity lopper, 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 lopper. Cindy Lauper. Let's Cindy Lauper this off. All right, here we go. Here we go. So here, doesn't need to be exact, but it'll probably end up pretty much so. I can always trim the ends too, so I can cheat. Exactly 90 degrees. Oh, that one was 87.5. There we go. There's 90. There we go. Wow, that 1/4 inch is going pretty quick, isn't it? So there we go. There's 2 pedals actually. Look at that. Now, like I said, the base of it is going to be these. They're going to have these here not washers. Oh man, I'm tired. Whew. Been falling behind on this build because I'm just tired all the time. Jeez. So those will fit over there. Nice, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld these on, and then these will go on each side in a bracket pressed in, and that'll be that really for the pedal. And then they'll connect. I'll have a little arm on them that'll connect to the cables. It's pretty good. Let's give it a little more room so I can get Cindy involved later. There we go. Now we'll do the same over here. All right, so now the other thing I want to know is how much throw do I need on this cable? I need to mark a start, right? And then a stop. So to do that, I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to mark my start. And then pulled, boop, till it's engaged. I want to mark my stop. And now that I have that, I can pull this, and that's how much throw it needs. So let's see here. Let's zero it. So I need 12 millimeters, and that's straight, right? Now this drops down to there. Let's make it to where it's at least long enough. So let's go there. So I need it probably at least somewhere in this range for length on pulling that cable. And that's why I save all my little scraps, because they'll come in handy sooner or later. So now I just want to clean this up, and then I'm going to weld it onto here. I wonder if it'll ground through the aluminum? I don't know. Let's find out, huh? All right, so it did work, and then I moved it over here to finish welding it. Let's see how much I want to bend. I want a very little straight on it, so not a whole lot here. All right, I'm gonna turn you off for this part. I'm just gonna weld that edge. All right, so now it's welded. And now let's get Cindy to help us out here. And now we'll mark our 21 millimeters. So approximately there. Now you'll notice too that I just put my notch in the piece I welded on, which is already a little weaker than the main piece, and that's the reason why. I don't want to take any strength away from this piece, or at least as little as possible. Let's see, so we pop that in, and there we go. Now that's there, so that way when it rotates, it goes boop, boop, boop. So we got that done. There we go. So these two bearings will be pressed into steel, and that'll be welded to the bottom of this. So I decided that I do want this to be permanently installed on there forever and all eternity. No need to bring bolts into this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two L angles with what, actually, you know what? I've got this that came with something. Oh, this came with my gearbox, so this will be perfect. I'm not going to use this. Further from it. There we go, and then I can really just weld those on, and those holes are going to be the perfect height for themselves. And now for the bearings as well, because these get pushed in, they're a 1/2 inch diameter. They're already pilot drilled. So now I just need to really drill them. So if I put these bearing flanges on the inside, that will make sure that they can't not come out. Make sure it can move. Boom. Yep. And that's where it needs to be. So now let's get our clamp and let's weld this on. All right, so there you have it. I welded it on. I aired on the side of caution. I used compressed air in between, so that way I didn't fry the bearings. I did a little welding, and then I tried to do it quick, so it's not the prettiest. It's more than enough to hold this, considering how much weld is everywhere else and how much steel is there. All right, for this afternoon, what I'm gonna do is some more of this stuff here. So the first thing I want to do, I want to get this extension on here, and so I don't have to make the hole bigger. I'm going to put a little bend about midway up so it kind of follows, and then I'll put my 3/4 extension on it so it can go through without swinging and hitting this. Then once that's done, I'll make sure I got enough travel. Once I'm sure I have enough travel, then I'll make my pedal, and then I will make my bracket that holds the cable for the ferrule, and then I will probably prep this with a little hole here for the brake pedal, but the brake pedal is going to be on the frame, mounted to the frame. So I'll prep it with a hole and then get this welded onto there. All right, we got a little bend. Let's see how that works. Boop. Could have made a smaller hole. So see, if I'd have thought about that ahead of time, that'd have been really cool. I could have put a nice little arc across the whole thing, so I just had one nice little 1/2-inch hole that it just ran up straight through. But I did not think about that, and that's okay. So TIG is hard to weld with just holding it, and so I got a little extra material. It's a little crooked. So in other words, once I get this melting, I should be able to get it together because it's not flat. When it's flat, it obviously melts away. So you can't really tack it that well. Weld it on there. So now let's make sure we give it enough this time. So if I'm not mistaken, I need 11. I get a little bit more than 11. So that is good. All right, now that we have that, I need an actual pedal for it. So my pedal is going to be similar to this. So let's make one. This should fit through. Oh yeah, and it doesn't really that well, which is awesome. And I'm not being sarcastic. Because guess what? Now it can kind of hold it for me. All right, now it's welded on there. Let's make that weld smooth. From the center of the hole to the end of the center of the cable end to the end of the ferrule, 26.6 millimeters. So we'll keep that measurement. On one end. Oh, and there we go. Now you'll see there's nothing there to stop it. Boom. That'll stop it. Now it must cool. So I've got some room to weld that too. Hopefully it's got enough contact there. All right, so now I want this mounted so it doesn't hit this in the full up position. And I want that cable pointing straight towards this. All right, now I got that welded on. One more precaution, I don't want it to be able to wiggle, so I'll put a triangle that'll weld in this side. Right there, I'll weld it. All right, so now I got that little triangle welded on there. It's not pretty, but that little angle with the TIG was a pain in the butt to get to, so it works. Last thing I want to do is I want to put a guide for the cable, so it's not just hanging out in space, and especially with the brake pedal here and this, I don't want it getting tangled anywhere. So I'll put a little piece right up here, so that way I can stick the cable through it and route it up to here. and we'll put it right here. All right, that's welded on there now. We'll be able to pass our cable right through there. So the last thing I want to do before I put this on there is make the hole for my brake. Let's shoot for right in there. All right, well, we got that welded on there. Let's see. I don't think it'll melt the cable. Doesn't seem to burn my hand. So let's get it routed and try it out, shall we? So put that through the hole. First, let's get this in here. Does it fit? It fits. All right, and then we get that in there. So far, so good. So that'll obviously need some spring assistance there for that pedal return all the way. Let's see if I can shift with it. Here. Yeah, we sure can. I don't think it's coming all the way back up though. But yeah, it works. I'll probably stretch a little the first couple times I use it, but that seems to be good. I'll just need a spring on the actual clutch to return it all the way on the pedal. Otherwise, looks good. All right, there we go. Yep, we've got one. Just need a spring return on that. See you next time. Buff it up, 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 buff